So, Mortal Kombat 1 is out now, and normally we do these reviews, we kind of do a little bit of inside baseball, kind of like, oh, if you're a fan of this, but let's face it, after Mortal Kombat 11, if you walked around calling yourself a Mortal Kombat fan, chances are you don't need convincing for Mortal Kombat 1. Sure, it is a radically different game compared to its predecessor. Unlike the grounded footsies that defined the Street Fighter V era of fighting games, Mortal Kombat 1 has gone, screw it. We've added a striker system via the annual with a K, and we've added air combos. No longer are your fighters souls bound by gravity. It feels like every character has a universal launcher, they have a juggle, and more importantly, they have their strikers. All this made me think about one question though, where after spending my whole weekend playing Mortal Kombat 1, which was, who is Mortal Kombat 1 for?
Gamer Braves.
What's up everyone, this is Wandermill from Gamer Braves. Today I plan to answer that question. Now, we don't talk about it all that much, but most fighting games know that they will pretty much be played only by fighting game players. It's why a Hadouken exists in every fighting game, including Smash now. Thank you. You would see it more in 3D fighters as well if Tekken didn't just straight up dominate the 3D fighter genre. A lot of skills are transferable between these and the genres know that. Mortal Kombat has always been what I like to call the more normie-centric fighting game. Look, I'm guilty of this. I've always said oh yeah, fighting games make great party games. They don't. I understand that now. After I opened Persona 4 Arena at a party and had to watch everyone just kind of rack their brains at my explanation of how the mechanics work. But Mortal Kombat doesn't! Mortal Kombat is actually a great game to whip out at a party, as long as everyone's not squeamish about blood. The thing about Mortal Kombat that I've realized is that it is designed in such a way that you never feel like you're missing out on something. It's why there's no actual supers in Mortal Kombat 1. Your main usage for meter is the enhance, which is basically EX moves. While competitive players for Mortal Kombat 1 will absolutely notice the difference between, EX version of a projectile and a regular one. It's part of the reason why Guilty Gear isn't in my party rotation, because everyone will see me do a Roman cancel and assume I'm hiding something from them. Meanwhile, I've got a presentation deck with 5 slides explaining what recovery is and how Roman cancels help you negate it. With Mortal Kombat 1, everything you can do looks doable. Even if you see someone do a sick combo in Mortal Kombat, you just assume that they're mashing harder than you are. You could argue that the Fatal Blow is actually the equivalent of the game Super, but guess what? When you enter the Fatal Blow state, the input for it just appears on the screen for you. It's a very good way to onboard people into the game. You pair that up with the just kind of sheer audacity that the Mortal Kombat series has. There's a reason why the community has that joke about how a video of Johnny Cage punching someone in the nuts or giving them the middle finger gets 1 million views. It's because, and I say this with full sympathy as someone in this trench as well, no one cares about your touch of death combo. But people care about the funny movie star, man. Mortal Kombat as a series just has this very, very good grip on what the public care about. And I mean the public as in the general public, because I've not met a single person who would lead me to believe that they played fighting games only to explain to me that what they really mean is every time there's a party they'll play Injustice or Mortal Kombat and win because they mash harder than everyone else. And then I feel like the bad guy because I play against them and then actually kick their butts. Admittedly, Mortal Kombat's unique approach to fighting game design does kind of sting a bit when it comes to getting other fighting game players in. The other thing that makes it really good for casual play is that Mortal Kombat 1 is actually built for controllers. The Tekken series also runs pretty good on controllers, and if you're playing Mon controls in Street Fighter 6, that is designed for the controller layout. But for Mortal Kombat, its default layout works on controllers, and it almost doesn't work on fight stick. I played it the other day and needed to take painkillers for my wrist because of how I was folding my hands basically trying to get EX moves to come out. But once you play on a controller, it is easy. Every button you need is within finger reach. The idea behind this is that it really does just kind of lower the intimidation factor, because you're more likely to see someone who plays the game on a controller, which makes it more, casual friendly. I can't tell you the amount of times people have been scared off the moment I whip out my fight stick, and they assume that I have some sort of secret win button. That being said, while Mortal Kombat is excellent at bringing outsiders into the game, the Mortal Kombat series in particular does struggle a bit in terms of getting other fighting game players into the game. Let's face it, it is a unique series for better or worse. Every time a new Mortal Kombat game comes out, we always have that same discussion of maybe it's time for them to ditch the block button and go back to holding back to block like other games. And God knows, I hate the back forward input. It is a nightmare to do on stick, it is a nightmare to do on analog stick, and I basically use my D-pad exclusively for doing that input. But that being said, it's not like the game itself is bad, it's just a consequence of how the game has pivoted itself to attract more casual players, therefore making the occasional decision that weirds out regular players.
Oh no, is she
Dead? Not yet.
It's just a side effect of being very good at roping in casual players that you may occasionally make decisions that alienate anyone who's played any other kind of fighting game and has their own preconceived notions. Plus, the fact that Mortal Kombat 1 has that gorgeous story mode and the opportunity to buy all those costumes and lots of crossover characters like Omni-Man and Homelander. Those are all really good for just pulling in that normal crowd, and I think that is ultimately what's going to be Mortal Kombat 1's greatest strength. That, and turning Reptile into a Bishi. No longer is he in scaly prison, now he's an Ikemen with lizard tattoos. For its amazing ability to actually get people excited when I whip it out at parties, Mortal Kombat 1 gets an 8 out of 10 from us. This has been Watermelon from Game Braves. Take care, guys.
Thank you so much for watching our videos. Don't forget to give us a subscribe if you'd like to see more, and like so we know what kind of content you want to see. Got suggestions for new content? Let us know in the comments below too. Thank you so much again for watching. Take care, dudes.